JJK Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 254. So we got the full chapter out. You may have seen the leaks, but you can see the full chapter now and everything. So we got Kusakabe versus Sukuna, and I just want to know, how did you feel? Did the fight disappoint, or were you impressed by some of the feats of Kusakabe? Smoke, I'll let you go first.
Um, I liked his feats. I think he definitely did what he was supposed to do. We all knew he was gonna get smoked. Come on, like
Facts.
he's not special. He was really
It,
only given the number one spot because he was a kind guy. No offense to him, not to downplay his being or nothing, but he had an attack that was if anybody else he was fighting done for. He happened to be going against the most durable character in the verse, so I mean,
yeah.
I think he did what he was supposed to do.
Okay. Quan.
It was extremely disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. It was that joint, yo. The build up was so much of a letdown because the simple domain, to be able to expand the simple domain and be able to use it with no type of restrictions, off rip, that was fire.
Mhm.
'Cause, like, for you to be the only one in the verse to be able to expand your simple domain,
The range of it.
and like I understand, like you fighting like one of ones, like this is him. You couldn't give my man an extra chapter or two, like
We need more.
we knew he was gonna get smoked. Just give my man an extra chapter, like he's
Yeah.
I get he got the number one spot because the nice guy like Smoke said, but there's some merit to his skill set just
Mhm.
from what we've seen, and throughout the entire series we've seen like he's strong, but he just don't want no confrontation. He just like, yo, I can do this, I really don't want to. I'm mad, I'm lazy right now. Like for example, the whole Shibuya arc, when Sukuna took over Yuji's body and told them like, yo, don't move until this meteor land, like don't move. Yo, do you understand how fast and how like intense you have to be to dodge that when he say does to not move? And on top of that, he was already about to fight two of Ghetto's main forces. So it's like
Mhm.
there hasn't been the same build as other characters, but there's a build up there. So for him to just get smoked one chapter after the build up is like, and and this is a habit that's pissing me off because I really want JJK to be like top three anime of all time, but
Mm.
I don't like this at all.
Well, he did better than Kashimo. Well, no, that's subjective, but whatever.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think regardless of how he was built up, kind of what I was mentioning,
Hmm.
a grade one wasn't going to defeat a special and not the most special in Sakura. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I think for the way he was built up, I think he did good, even landing some of the blows, even making Sukuna think a little bit. Because when Sukuna was like, "Okay, you've become predictable. You aim for where I'm hurt." That put some thought into what's happening here. I got to kind of examine how this guy works. So there was a bit of thought there. He kind of, I don't want to say he pushed them, but he gave Sukuna something to think about. I did not like the writing of, if he was the number one grade one sorcerer, boom, I'm good with that. But I did
yeah,
not like the writing of, oh, he only got that, or he got that due to him being the kindest. Like, I think once again, like, you've given me something and then you diminish it with something that just seems unnecessary. So that was my opinion there. But I was not disappointed with Kusakabe. I was actually impressed by how well he did and some of the moves he, like you said, expanding the range of the domain, just certain things that he was doing. I thought was very impressive. How about you, Mo?
So, I mean, and we predicted this right in our 253 review. We knew
Mm-hmm.
this was going to happen. We said it verbatim. Where, and I mentioned in that video, uh, Gege just has a habit of, building up characters only for it to just kind of just get destroyed or get kind of just thrown to the wayside. And we see that with Kashimo. So once I seen what happened with Kashimo, I was just like, okay, anyone below Kashimo should be fodder or just get destroyed, as quickly as possible. So when I seen the Kusakabe, like he was in that two at the end of 253, he was just like, ah man, I gotta fight Sukuna. I was like, my instant thought was, okay, I'm looking beyond this. you know. And as we predicted as well, we was like, okay, what's gonna happen after Kusakabe gets clipped? Because we knew he's gonna lose. We knew he was gonna put much of a fight. If anything, I think he probably did better than I anticipated. But ultimately, I was just waiting for who was gonna jump into the fray. And we, as we predicted, someone unknown did, which was Miguel. And you know, or my other alternative was in my head was Chozo Yuji kind of jumping back into the mix. But ultimately, the way I'm looking at it is just this is all buying time for something else to happen. I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen because we know Miguel's gonna get cooked next. We know that. It's just a matter of just what's gonna happen, what the reveal is gonna be, especially when we're talking about the bodies getting, you know, snatched up, you know, and being you taking them to a certain location and then potentially bringing them back. What's gonna happen? So I just think ultimately it's just gig for those that can't really see past that. I think he's just trying to ruffle some feathers, but I think ultimately he's just using the same writing to kind of get to a certain point, and that's what I'm waiting for. So
right, and in regards to Miguel, one thing I can say is his speed has to at least be impressive, right? Because for Sukuna to pull up on Ui was about to get him out of there, so for Miguel to have got him out of there and ended up on the building that quickly, so he has to have at least some impressive speed. And you know, I know everybody likes to point to how durable he is because of the beating he took from Gojo. However, I don't think Gojo was trying to kill him. I think if Gojo was trying to kill him, he would have killed him. But Mo, there's a theory that you ran by me with Ui and the bodies and the souls. I just kind of want you to throw that theory out there, and I want to hear what Smoke Quan think about that theory.
Oh yeah, the theory that I seen from a short, basically saying that the bodies that Yui's taking back to Soko, and the theory says that, you know, those who are dead, and ultimately there is, you know, Panda, for instance, right? He has several souls, right? He's a character that actually has been created by one of the Jujutsu High, Prince Miyaga. He got off, but he passed on his secrets to one of the other Jujutsu High, Gakuganji, exactly. So he has that information, so he knows how to replicate another version of Panda. So the theory goes as follows, where they're essentially going to kind of, I guess, combine some of the souls that passed and put them into one body and have that fight Sukuna. The second theory is after the merger happens, Sukuna is ultimately going to wipe off all the main cast, right? And then all their souls is going to be entangling in the new merger. And ultimately that form is going to be what fights Sukuna, and they're going to take control of that form and fight Sukuna at the end for the end battle. So those are kind of the two theories that's kind of, you know, I would say just circulating around the internet. So
yeah, that's a lot to unpack. But what do you think about that rumor? Quan, I'll let you go first this time, then I'm gonna go you Smoke.
Let Smoke go.
Okay, go ahead, Smoke. What do you think about that?
I think it was, I don't know. I kind of said the same thing to you earlier in a text, almost, where I think somehow Yuji gonna stay alive, and once the merger happened, that he's gonna be the one to host it and be the one to fight Sukuna as the Super Tengen.
Yeah. But now go ahead, drop your full theory. I know what you texted me, you know, about UG being the vessel. Go ahead, drop your full theory.
Yeah, so I was thinking basically what you were saying. So kind of along the same lines, except for like everybody coming together and doing it, but it would just be everybody coming together through the merger, and then Yuji taking the host, and then so I was saying my theory was maybe Kenjaku never set up Yuji to really be the host of Sukuna, but to really be the host of the Super Tengen, and that the reason why Yuji was able to host Sukuna so well and so easily, and even able to suppress him for a long period of time, that was because he's supposed to be the host of the Super Tengen in the long run.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie,
that's a good one.
Theory. That's a good theory. Yeah. That's good. I'm not gonna. I like Smoke's theory more than Mo.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. It's just that I don't know if I don't know if he's that smart. Nah, he is. But
wait. When you say he's that smart, who are you referring to?
Kenjaku?
Yeah. I was trying to Kenjaku, not just because he had a habit of doing the same thing he did with usually he did it with multiple people, right? So it's like
Okay.
what I just gotta understand, like the logic behind it, like what made it so different this time
Yeah.
versus prior times. So it's
Well, as a scientist, trial and error. So sometimes you experiment,
Yeah.
and sometimes you get it right, right? But what I'm thinking is, I don't think we still have a full explanation about Yuji's soul powers and how he can manipulate the soul or come into contact with the soul. So I
Right.
don't have a full theory, but I believe that's going to come into play somehow because Ui is taking these bodies, right? Gakuganji and Yaga did fight, and then Yaga passed on the secret to Gakuganji, saying, "Hey, this isn't a gift. This is a curse. Now I'm passing the curse on to you. So you have the information." So I think there is a big play on souls here. I don't know exactly where it's gonna go. I mean, since I would say since Gojo died, maybe only the next chapter or two have I thought about Gojo coming back. I haven't thought about it since, but now with the souls, what I'm saying, is this the opportunity to appeal to the fans and the criticism and actually put 3 souls into Gojo's, what I'm saying, bring Gojo back? I have no idea, but I know something with the souls is going to play a big role in how this ultimately culminates. You know what I mean?
I don't think Gege's bringing back Gojo at all. He hate Gojo. I don't see him doing anything with Gojo. I think he's done with Gojo. He really don't. If you notice, he really don't care about what the fans have to say. He's like, yo,
that's a fact.
Yeah, like I'm gonna write what I want to write, how I feel, and I don't care who your favorite character is.
Yeah,
I think ultimately
that's
too,
what we
because
think. But when's the last time we really got a really real confirmed death? Like I would think Kusakabe's dead, right? But like all of these have been kind of like implied. This person might be out of there. It's been real hazy for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Utah, we don't know if he's dead.
Maki,
right? Like I would say I think Gojo might be more dead than all of them though.
No. I'm saying since that, but it's like
since that. Okay.
Because he was saying like, yeah, I'm off your favorite character, but I'm just like, we haven't really gotten a confirmed. And
I mean,
that's true.
We saw Kashimo. Oh, that's really it. Because
Gojo, Kashimo, that's really it.
Right? Well,
they didn't really pan back to Hikari's fight.
Chozo's been popping back up. You know what I'm saying?
I think Chozo's definitely off. I think he's definitely off.
Like right now, you think Chozo's
No. I think within the next couple chapters, like he's going to be one of the main ones that's like,
when he comes back into the fray.
Yeah. Like you're cooked.
Okay. But I know we mentioned Miguel. I can remember when Miguel was fighting Gojo. One thing about the rope is that Gojo said it was interrupting his cursed energy, right? So do you think that's the role that Miguel was brought here to play? Because when him and Yuta were in Africa, right, I believe he was seeking more of the rope. And also Miguel was one of them kind of entrusted in training Yuta, right, and getting Yuta to the next level, which means that doesn't necessarily mean he's special, but I mean he's probably at least grade 1 and probably has at least some kind of feats, right? And then with the rope that disrupts the cursed energy, is that supposed to play a role? You know what I mean? So what do you guys think about Miguel's role here? Obviously, I don't think it's to win the battle, but it's obviously to have some kind of impact, right?
I think he's only going to be here to reveal whatever his curse technique is, and then he's out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
but is his curse technique gonna have some kind of a lasting effect? You know how they say like, yo, Gojo's the fight with Gojo still impacting Sukuna somewhat. Do you think Miguel's curse technique is gonna have some kind of effect to, you know what I mean,
like a lingering effect?
Nah, I don't think so. I think if Kashimo and that form that he used, if that didn't do anything, I don't think Miguel is going to do anything, because the fight with Gojo and Miguel, Gojo didn't even take that serious. So it's like with Miguel, it's like I feel like he's just like a filler, just a filler character. Now I feel like he's just throwing people in there that has. He's showing you all of the previous characters just so his audience won't say like, okay, what happened to this character, what happened to that character? Because I feel like a lot of anime, they do that. where they just leave holes like, okay, you just left out a whole list of characters that should still be here. And so that I
Yeah,
feel like that's
yeah.
kind of what he's tying up.
I would say I think Miguel has to show something else outside of the rope.
Yeah.
In order, he has to show a secret ability, possibly a
Mhm.
domain expansion, something that can help neutralize what Sukuna has done this far, at least to buy more time.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, I don't know what he can do. And it'll have to be a reveal that, you know, Miguel at the bare minimum has to be a special grade.
Yeah, but I think
You know,
literally
so
we don't know what Miguel can do because we've never seen him do anything, right? But for
yeah.
me, I think it has to be something a little bit deeper than just Gege just saying you haven't seen this character in a while. Here they go. Because I don't think anybody would have missed Miguel if we never saw Miguel again. And I think
That's a
if that was,
fact.
if that was the purpose, we could have got like Toto or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like
No,
okay,
but
so I think there has to be some kind of bigger role for Miguel to play here.
That's true.
not necessarily because Miguel was part of a group of sorcerers that Ghetto kind of took under. So you can kind of look at it as Ghetto's crew combining with Jujutsu Kaisen to just take on Sukuna. That's how I kind of view it. Just like a combined effort from all sorcerers just to attack the one problem. Because if nothing's done about Sukuna, then it's over for everybody. And granted, that everybody's gonna have. It's gonna seem like everybody that pops up has to do something. Like they have to get like a chapter of some build up. But realistically, I don't. To make Miguel a relevant character now, I don't see. I don't understand why.
I think Miguel's gonna do something that we're gonna remember. I don't know what it is, but I think he's gonna do something that we're gonna be like, okay, they're lucky Miguel showed up and did that thing.
Yeah, the
Whether
way
it's
he
buy
gonna
them
get
an extra
smoked,
minute or
he gonna
something,
get
but
smoked.
I think this is one where we're gonna be like, okay, Miguel died, but what he did was impactful.
Sukuna over there starting the X-Men, man. Stop it.
Yeah, so that's my thoughts there. So I mean, if anybody got any last minute words on the 254, go ahead and jump in now. That's pretty much all I got on 254. Oh, yeah, how you grab the sword with two fingers. yeah, that was a good one. And we don't have any break, right? So it's coming right back next week.
I think so.
Okay, cool. So I can't wait to see 255 and see what happens in 255. So we're gonna go on the record here and vote. So Quan, you think Miguel's gonna be worthless? I think Miguel's gonna be worth something. What about you? What about you two? What do you guys think? Worthless or worth something?
It's worthless.
Okay.
It's nothing.
Oh man, dang. I mean, you know what? I mean,
yo, Rue, when 255 come out, I'm gonna text you like.
To be honest, I'm leaning towards Miguel's not gonna make a meaningful impact, but I think Gege he don't wanna get canceled, so he gotta let the black man, you know, make some type of impact. You know what I mean? So he gonna make him. There's gonna be some lasting effect. It's gonna be something meaningful that Miguel has done. I would say more meaningful that than what we've seen from most of the cast up until this point outside of Gojo.
Okay, cool. So make sure y'all jump in the comment section. Tell us what you thought about 254 and especially the ending. Do you think Miguel is going to be worth our while in 255, or do you think it's another character to be thrown in there and knocked out just to show Sukuna's feats? Make sure you like and subscribe.